Hey, what's going on, little dragons? How are we feeling today? If you are feeling good, please do let your little dragon know down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video, share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to punch that subscribe button, as it will help your little dragon out so very much. We're back on the history track. Today, we're going to be checking out history of Japan. We did a bunch of these kind of videos, man. We did the one with history of the entire world. You know, it starts off with all the biology, like where life and matter comes from, or not matter, but where life and all that comes from, and then how humanity and you know, differentiation and all that occurred, and then geographical isolation, how that caused, you know, animals to be in different parts, and humans and all our the way we behave, and cultures, and all the stuff in history, and all the wars and all the stuff, and it covers all of that, which was fantastic. But today we're going to just look at Japan. So where did Japan come from? I think it's going to talk about the origins of Japan. So like from where it like began as a land. Because I know, actually I don't know anything about Japan. Actually I know little bits about Japan. Honestly, to be honest with you, I only know 3 cities in Japan. I know Tokyo. I know Hiroshima and Nagasaki because of the World War II, the bombings. So, and I know about Pearl Harbor and stuff. So these are the things I know about Japan. So what we've learnt. So we learnt about World War II. We learnt about all the stuff on this channel. So I'm happy to learn this with you guys. It's just fun, man. It's hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, because I've always wanted to know about this stuff. I've always wanted to know about, you know, like history, and I never really put the time in or the effort in to learn about history. But like recently I've really built that interest. Seriously, I have built that interest, but I don't have time outside. So now, but I need to film videos as well, because that's also my biggest passion. So we're hitting 2 birds in 1 stone. So I get to make the videos, and as well as study and learn this with you guys, and hopefully it makes you, you know, the way these videos are made, it's already very, very entertaining as it is. But I think when I react to it, I think that's going to be double the excitement for you guys. If you like my reaction, of course. If you don't like it, it's just going to drive you the other way. But if you do love my reactions, and you love these sort of videos, you know, it's a match made in heaven. It is a match made in heaven. So yes, Japan is a very beautiful place. I know. There's so much about it. I've always haven't had an attraction towards that part of the world. You know, Japan. You know, and Nepal and all that stuff. So their cultures have always it's always been something I was very interested in. So maybe one day I'll definitely go to Japan. I go to check them out, go and see all them great cities, see what it's like. So yes, without further ado, my little dragons, let's hop right into this. Let's put you down in position first, man. Lord, let's go. Ooh.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
In the year negative a billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year negative 40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walked to it. Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees, because it's warm. So now there's people on the island, and basically sort of hanging out in between mountains, eating nuts off trees, and using the latest technology, like stone.
So it existed after humanity.
It's the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really, really quickly.
Ooh.
That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to.
It's called a commodity, I think. It's where you trade. How we use money to buy things now, they used to use things, you know, objects to buy things, or food. So rice, so if they needed salt, they trade it in rice, or they trade it in something that other people might need. So rice, or any grains that other people might need, or any vegetables other people might need. It's called commodity, and then came money. Bit of business for you then, bit of economics for you.
Survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, 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 here. But this one was the most important. Ruled by a heavenly super person, or emperor for short. Papa, get the door. It's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land, said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. And then they made lots of poetry.
So the alphabet's
They
similar.
the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north finally, get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is
Okay, so Japan. I didn't know Japan started after humanity. I thought Japan, like the continent started before humanity. That's crazy. And then we're still learning, man. We'll see where this goes. I think it'll get to the wars and stuff.
bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature to be great for a long time. And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized.
Where did martial arts karate come from then?
So they made their own military government. Here, they let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control. Breaking news: the Mongols have invaded.
One sec. I actually know the alphabets not the alphabets. I know 1 to 10 in China. Ich, ni, sun, shi, go, ruku, sushi, hashi, kuju. I might have said it wrong, but I learned it when I learned karate when I was a kid.
China. We've invaded China, said the Mongols.
Karate is Japanese. That's another thing I know.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado.
Again?
Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants, that's fine. Now there's more art, like painting with less colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid. So he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it going to be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game. Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control. Now with guns.
Spreading their
It would be
faith.
nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling them. This clan is ready to make a run for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital. And it goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords, and made some rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea, and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the 5 guys said, yeah, right, it's not going to be this kid, it's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others.
They don't
A
vote.
lot of people support him.
Communism.
A lot of people
No.
not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they close the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in. Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there's poetry, plays, sexy times, puppet shows, and Dutch studies. People started to study European science from books they bought from the
Yeah,
Dutch.
very smart there.
Geography, skeletons, physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock knock. It's the United States, with huge boats,
But
guns, gunboats. Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There was really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this.
Oh.
That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again and moved him to Edo, which they renamed the Eastern Capital. They made a new
Tokyo.
government, which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was...
It's very modernized and Western, yeah.
Do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, "Stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water." And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgrade it to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, "Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?" Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Russia. Feeling confident, Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and say, "It's time for World War I." The world is about to have a war because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on our list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany, which just had war declared on by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of Austria's ass, or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan, so you know what that means. Duh, Japan should take the islands, which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan. You technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it evades Manchuria. And the League of Nations is like, "No, don't do that. If you're the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world." And Japan said, "How about I do anyway?" And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East. "You've got mail." It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends. He's also got
Second World War.
They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, "Holy shit." And the United States started helping Britain because they are their friends, and started not helping Japan because their friends are friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb.
Yeah, they're gonna bomb
Just in
Hiroshima.
case. But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in writing and challenges them to war. And they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet, and they're curious to see if it works. So they drop it on Japan.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
They
Yeah.
actually drop two.
Very sad. Rest in peace to them people. Rest in peace.
The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild. And then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess.
Wow. Wow. I'm very speechless. So my TV is Toshiba, my phone is Samsung. Car is Toyota. Japan, so it's had a major impact in our lives. It's mad. So yeah, I don't really understand like the culture. So like Buddhism is their main like religious beliefs and stuff. But where did the culture come from? And you know the places where they pray and their martial arts and stuff. They didn't talk about that as much in this one. That would be interesting to know because they have like some of their martial arts as well. I don't want to get it wrong, so I don't want to say it. I know karate is one of their martial arts. Because I actually study karate, but yeah, Japan, man. Yes, I don't know what to say. This was cool. This was amazing to see that the progression. I knew they were going to talk about, you know, the World War, the Hiroshima bombings and stuff, because I already knew that before. But a lot of the stuff here we actually didn't know before. So that's good. It's very different, man. I'm kind of speechless, to be honest. So we'll end it right there. Thank you so much for watching Little Dragons, man. I love Japan. Definitely, you know, it's it's on my bucket list. You know, one day I'll go to definitely visit Japan. I need to visit China as well. I want to visit the Shaolin Temple, and there's a Buddhist temple that I want to go visit as well. They talk, so it's famous. And the Great Wall of China I need to visit as well. And I want to go to Tokyo and see what it's like, because they say so much about it. You know, it's one of the most westernized places in the whole of Asia. The whole of Asia, it's probably the most like westernized place. So I want to go there, and because I'm from England, I want to go there and see, like, okay, what's the difference? You know, what's it like, the contrast and the similarities. I just need to see it for myself. I need to go there and see it. I know the population is going to be a bit different, and probably like they're going to have more bikes than cars. I know that from a documentary I watched a very long time ago. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, a lot of products we have: Yamaha, yeah, Toshiba, Samsung. So, yeah, basically Panasonic, Sony, all of these things. Like, we have a lot of the products that we have is from Japan. So a lot of products we have is from Japan. So it's great. So I enjoyed this video, man. Thank you so much for watching, my little dragons. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to share with your friends and family, and don't forget to punch that subscribe button, as it will help your little dragon out so very much. Links to my playlist, links to my training videos will be down in the description below, so don't forget to go check those out. If there's any videos you want me to check out, do suggest down in the comments, and I will definitely go check them out, unless they get taken down for copyrights, man. Hopefully they don't, but I will check them out as much as I can. Thank you all so much. You're all amazing. You're all awesome, man. Stay home, stay safe, stay blessed, stay awesome, my little dragons, and I will definitely see you all in the next video.